Yes, everyone. So, I have not been very active on YouTube, I know, and I apologise. Of course, we know there's a lot of things going on around the world. I haven't long been in Dubai, only a few months. There's other things I'm working on in the background as well, all to do with trading, but I'll be honest, I find it very hard to juggle it all, especially the vlogs. I started doing one on Friday, got halfway through the weekend and forgot about it because I'm not used to it, but I'm gonna try my best to put a lot more content out. In this video I want to have a talk about like pretty much mindset stuff because I know a lot of people are struggling right now. The markets have been, in my opinion, shit, especially inside of my groups, especially inside of my Discord group. A lot of the people inside of it, inside of the community, are struggling. Even personally for me, I'm not even taking nowhere near as many trades as I used to, and hopefully it's only temporary, but we don't know. You know, you'd think with a war going on that the markets would be good, but for me there's just it's constant wicks and news candles, and then things should be doing one thing and then doing the other, and you can be in a trade and then Donald Trump will go and tweet something, and it can change very quickly. So some people, they're probably trading really well with it, but people are better with different price actions. So yeah, for me personally, it hasn't been the greatest, but I've got a few steps that I want to break down for new traders, because I want to reassure some people. Because if you're a new trader, I think right now you're going to be thinking like everything's against you. You know, trading is extremely hard, which it's not easy anyway, but you're going to feel like it's tough, and it is tough, but I want to give a few steps of what I think you can do to make sure you are, sticking to your rules, being the best trader you possibly can, and we will always come out on top. This price action will not be like this forever. So yeah, let's get into it. I've got about 5 steps that I want to break down. But the first point I want to go with is stick to what you know. I'm seeing a lot of people think that, over the weekend there's been some news and they think that Monday open, they're going to just buy or sell gold. They've never traded gold before, but they think that they're going to somehow start smashing it. And I think same with oil, yeah? So a lot of people are bullish on oil. People think because there's a war, buy gold. And guys, it doesn't work like that. You can't just switch things up and think that, even though it is very news driven, I get that, but the markets know that everyone wants to go long. They'll liquidate and then they'll do their thing. So you need to be very careful. If you've only traded NASDAQ, like me, I've traded other pairs, but I've only traded NASDAQ properly for like maybe 2 years now, and that's what I'm sticking to. Okay, I could maybe get a quick little trade on gold or a quick little trade on oil, but you've got to think of the longevity. I don't know perfectly how these pairs move, so yeah, it makes things harder in my opinion. And with the NASDAQ, I'm just not taking as many trades anymore. I'm just sitting back, letting the markets do what they want to do, and if there's a trade for me, there's a trade. But remember, I've learned that the hard way. A lot of people that have just started trading, they have not. They don't realise that not every day is a trading day. So that's what I want to just touch up on. If you trade GBP, JPY, stick with that. If you trade GU, EU, stick to them. Times are hard in the markets. Do not start trying to switch it up, thinking that you can just jump on oil, jump on gold, because you will get wrecked in the long run. The next point I want to point out is expect less from the markets. I know you could get lucky and you could be in a long and Donald Trump will say something and bang, it will fly to your TP. But this is just luck. There's no skill behind that, even though you got the direction right. I think if you usually go for, let's say, a 1 to 3 risk to reward, size down. Cut your trade at 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5. These sort of markets, banking something small is better than banking nothing, in my opinion. These are the times where you just need to keep your risk nice. You need to keep your TPs nice, and be happy with what you can get. Of course, it's all well and good getting 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, but like I say, you might get lucky and be in a trade and bang, it goes, but it's not a guarantee. And if you can get in and out of a trade pretty quickly with a bit of profit and you can get off the charts, that's unreal. Like, people seem to forget that as traders, we want to be on the charts for as less as possible. We don't want to sit here all day. We want to, if market opens and we can get a 1 to 2 within 15-20 minutes, take it, lock your account out and see you later. The third point is only trade high probability time zones, your high probability days, and your macros if you trade macros. So let me break them down, what I do and what works best for me. So I do sometimes trade London session. It's been a bit tough for me at the moment because I have been working on other things. So I'm usually free around New York session, even though there's a lot more manipulation at the moment. When London session there isn't. It's just how things are right now. But what I would suggest is don't take a trade at market open, like straight away. There's a lot of manipulation, a lot of wicks, and even though you can get a very high risk to reward trade, there is a lot of high chance that you're going to take a loss, and that is going to set you up for a bad New York AM session. Another thing is, I know for me, Mondays and Fridays are my lowest probability days, and this is from my old data that I've collected over the last few years. So some people trade really well on Monday, don't just take what I'm saying, but statistically, Mondays are the worst because we have the news and the economical stuff from the weekend, so there's always more manipulation. And Fridays are statistically the worst day to blow your accounts because you're going into the weekend, you think, let me get a nice 2R, 3R, get a trade, have a really nice weekend, and you end up blowing your account, you take a few losses, whatever. So they are the worst days for me, and I've seen that for myself. I've seen that I've taken losses mostly on them days. So right now, I will only trade evals on Monday and Friday. Live accounts are for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm using my data to my advantage, and that's giving me an edge in the market. And the last thing is macros. For me, macros are extremely important for the way I trade. And my highest probability macro I know is 10:50 AM New York time. So it's about an hour and 20 into the session. So what I'm doing now, if I do jump on and potentially there's nothing, I'll just do what I have to do for a minute, crack on with some other work, come back at 10:50. At 10:50, if my trade's there, nice. If it's not, I'm off. You actually have to be in these current markets, because if you're not, you'll get eaten up. The fourth point is size down. If you risk 1% on every trade, usually do 0.3, 0.5. These are not the type of markets where we're just going to be getting winners left, right and centre. These are very, very manipulated markets where we've potentially got a World War III on our hands, and it's not easy to trade. Even people who have been trading for a long, long, long time still struggling. But the difference is they know how to act in these markets. So they're doing what I've just said. They're taking things a lot slower. They're sizing down. They're expecting less from the markets. And if you get a winner, but it's not the usual return you usually get, just be happy and expect less, risk less, and then you are less open to bigger losses. Number 5 is just only trade one account at the moment. Don't copy trade. We all know, especially on the futures prop firms, you can copy between 3 and 5 accounts, which is great for scaling, sizing down, compounding, and it gives you a big advantage in the market. But right now, if you are going to be taking more losses than usual, you don't want to be taking them on 5 accounts, 4 accounts, 3 accounts. Just stick to trading one, keep your other accounts on the side, and just think of it as a bonus. Like if you manage to get in some profit on one account, then lovely. You don't have as much pressure on your mind thinking that you're, juggling all of these accounts, and you're best off just sticking to one. That's what I'm even doing myself. I'm sticking to one account, and I'm just concentrating on that. Right now, I'm not thinking about making a fortune. I'm not thinking about hitting constant TPs. As traders, we need to sometimes think about how we manage our money and how we protect ourselves from unnecessary losses. So that's what you need to concentrate on, and that is very important for me. That's it in a nutshell. Just expect less, size down, and be happy with what you can make. If you can make profits in these markets, then you will be fine. But there is a lot of new traders out there that are experiencing this sort of price action. But like I've said, I think it will only benefit you in the long run. Learning to trade in markets like this is going to make you a better trader, always. So don't beat yourself up. Don't go on crazy tilts. Just get your head down. Collect data. That's one of the most important things for me. What is your best asset? What is your best time to trade? What is your best day to trade? And use all of this to your advantage. I've said it before, and I really live by it. And I think you need to treat trading like a shop. If you are a shop owner and you buy 5 different drinks, but they all sell out apart from one drink, that's no good to you. You're not going to stock up on that again. So if you start with 5 pairs and you keep losing on this one pair, get rid of it. What time is your shop the busiest? Like, when do you get your best trades? If you're a shop owner on a Monday, if there is no customers coming in for 3 months every Monday, you're going to close, because you're going to save yourself on business rates, save yourself on wages. And it is the exact same in trading. So be smart, don't do anything stupid, and we'll always come out on top. So hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'm going to be doing a lot more. So yeah, I'm going to put a lot more time into it, I promise you. And yeah, I'll see you all soon.